जय राधा माधवा कुंज बिहारी
जय राधा माधवा कुंज बिहारी
जय गोपी जन वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी
गोपी जन वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी
जय गोपी जन वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी
जय गोपी जन वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी
यशोदानंदन व्रज जनरंजन
यशोदानंदन व्रज जनरंजन
यशोदानंदन व्रज जनरंजन
यशोदानंदन व्रज जनरंजन
यमुना तीरावनचारी जय राधा माधवा कुंज बिहारी
जय राधा माधवा कुंज बिहारी
हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे
हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
हरे कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे 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 राम राम हरे
हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे
हरे कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे 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 राम राम
जय राधा गोकुलानंद राधे
जय राधा गोकुलानंद राधे
जय निताय गौरंगा जय निताय गौरंगा जय निताय गौरंगा जय निताय गौरंगा
जय निताय गौरंगा जय निताय गौरंगा निताय गौरंगा जय निताय
जय श्रीनिवास गोविंद जय श्रीनिवास गोविंद जय श्रीनिवास गोविंद जय श्रीनिवास गोविंद
श्रीवास गोविंद जय श्रीवास गोविंद श्रीनिवास गोविंद जय श्रीनिवास गोविंद
जय प्रहलाद नरसिंह जय प्रहलाद नरसिंह जय लक्ष्मी नरसिंह
जय प्रहलाद नरसिंह जय प्रहलाद नरसिंह जय लक्ष्मी नारायण
जय प्रभुपाद जय प्रभुपाद
जय प्रभुपाद
श्रीपाद परमहंस परिविराजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर शतश्री श्रीमान श्रीवेन्द्र सभाय चरणारविंद भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी शिल प्रभुपाद की ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की वृंददेवी तुलसी महारानी की ताय गौर प्रेमनंद। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। నారాయణం నమస్కృత్య నరం చైవ నరోత్తమం దేవీం సరస్వతిం వ్యాసం తతో జయముదీరయేత్. నష్టప్రాయేషు భద్రేషు నిత్యం భాగవత సేవయా భగవతి ఉత్తమా శ్లోకే భక్తిర్భవతి నైష్టికి. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, first canto, 8th chapter, prayers by Kunti Maharani, verse number 36. Shrinvanti gayanti gunanta bhishnasaha smaranti nandanti tavehitam janaha taeva pashyanti achirena tavakam భవ ప్రవాహో పరమం పదాంబుజం. శృణ్వంతి గాయంతి గృణంత భీష్ణసః స్మరంతి నందంతి తవేహితం జనాః తయేవ పశ్యంతి అచిరేణ తావకం భవ ప్రవాహో పరమం పదాంబుజం. శృణ్వంతి గాయంతి గృణంత భీష్ణసః స్మరంతి నందంతి తవేహితం జనాః తయేవ పశ్యంతి అచరేణ తావకం భవ ప్రవాహో పరమం పదాంబుజం. What word means? Shunvanti. Here. Gayanti. Chant. Grunanti. Take. Abhishnasaha. Continuously. Smaranti. Remember. Nandanti. Take pleasure. Tava. Your. Ihitam. Activities. Janaha, people in general, they, eva, certainly, I think print mistake, tha it is, okay, pashyanti, can see, achirena, very soon, tavakam, your, bhava pravaha, the current of rebirth, uparamam, cessation, pada ambujam, lotus feet. Translation by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. O Krishna, those who continuously hear, chant and repeat your transcendental activities or take pleasure in others doing so, certainly see your lotus feet, which alone can stop the repetition of birth and death. Translation with repetition. O Krishna, those who continuously hear, chant repeat your transcendental activities or take pleasure in others doing so, certainly see your lotus feet, which alone can stop the repetition of birth and death. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. The Supreme Lord Sri Krishna cannot be seen by our present conditional vision. In order to see him, one has to change his present vision by developing a different condition of life full of spontaneous love of Godhead. When Sri Krishna was personally present on the face of the globe, not everyone could see him as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Materialists like Ravana, Hiranyakasipu, Kamsa, Jarasandha and Shishupala were highly qualified personalities by acquisition of material assets, but they were unable to appreciate the presence of the Lord. Therefore, even though the Lord may be present before our eyes, it is not possible to see him unless we have the necessary vision. The necessary qualification is developed by the process of devotional service only, beginning with hearing about the Lord from the right sources. The Bhagavad Gita is one of the popular literatures which are generally heard, chanted and repeated, etc. by the people in general. But in spite of such hearing, etc., sometimes it is experienced that the performer of such devotional service does not see the Lord eye to eye. The reason is that first item, Shravana, is very important. If hearing is from the right sources, it acts very quickly. Generally, people hear from unauthorized persons. Such unauthorized persons may be very learned by academic qualifications, but because they do not follow the principles of devotional service, hearing from them becomes a sheer waste of time. Sometimes the texts are interpreted fashionably to suit their own purposes. Therefore, first one should select a competent and bona fide speaker and then hear from him. When the hearing process is perfect and complete, and other processes become automatically perfect in their own way. There are different transcendental activities of the Lord, and each and every one of them is competent to bestow the desired results, provided the hearing process is perfect. In the Bhagavatam, the activities of the Lord begin from his dealings with the Pandavas. There are many other pastimes of the Lord in connection with his dealings with the Asuras, etc., Asuras and others. And in the 10th canto, the sublime dealings with the conjugal associates, the gopis, as well with his married wives at Dwaraka are mentioned. Since the Lord is absolute, there is no difference in the transcendental nature of each and every dealing of the Lord. But sometimes people is in an unauthorized hearing process take more interest in hearing about his dealings with the gopis. Such an inclination indicates the lusty feelings of the hearer. So a bona fide speaker of the dealings of the Lord never indulges in such hearings. One must hear about the Lord from the very beginning, as in the Srimad Bhagavatam or any other scriptures, and that will help the hearer attain perfection by progressive development. One should not therefore consider that his dealings with the Pandavas are less important than his dealings with the gopis. We must always remember that Lord is always transcendental to the all mundane attachment. In all the above mentioned dealings of the Lord, he is the hero in all circumstances, and hearing about him or about his devotees or combatants is conducive to spiritual life. It is said that the Vedas and Puranas, etc., are all made to revive our lost relation with him. Hearing of all these scriptures is essential. Thus is Bhakti Vedanta purport. Om Ajnanati Mirandasya Gnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदाङ्कितं नमा ओं विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिन्निति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणि प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधरा शिवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. So in this verse Srimati Kunti Devi is giving the ultimate benefit of hearing the pastimes of the Lord coming out of a pure devotee. If you see here, Prabhupada says Bhava Pravaha, the current of rebirth. And that current of rebirth is quickly achirena, very soon, very quickly you will be relieved. Uparamam, cessation. So it will be relieved, you will be relieved by just Shunvanti, Gayanti, Grunanti, Abhishnasaha. Abhishnasaha means continuously. Continuously what we should do to come out of this Bhava Pravaha? We have to hear the pastimes of Krishna and remember and chant those pastimes continuously. It's not said you just hear one day and don't hear other day. Hear something else. No. You have to continuously hear. That is the reason we have Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya every day. Actually it is said every time, every minute you should hear and repeat and as well as remember. So this is only duty of a devotee who wanted to come out of this Bhava Pravaha. So we have to hear. So now Prabhupada in the purport emphasizes hearing from an authority resource, authorized resource, from an authority. So Srimad Bhagavatam is the book, is a sound incarnation, literary incarnation of Krishna. And if somebody hears this Srimad Bhagavatam continuously from a real person, definitely they will be relieved from these material entanglements. So I wanted to read very important verse which helps us to understand the importance of Srimad Bhagavatam. This verse is in the 12th canto. This verse gives the glorification of Srimad Bhagavatam and what happens if one reads Srimad Bhagavatam. Shri Shri Radha Gokulananda ki jai. Jagadurshila Prabhupada. It says Srimad Bhagavatam Puranam Amalam Yad Vaishnavanam Priyam Yasmin Paramahamshyam Ekam Amalam Gnanam Param Giyate Tatra Gnana Vairagya Bhakti Sahitam Naishkarmyam Avishkrutam Tach Churunvan Supatan Vicharana Paro Bhaktya Vimuchye Naraha. Shukadeva Goswami is glorifying, this is the last chapter about Srimad Bhagavatam. What is this Srimad Bhagavatam? He is saying it is a Amalam Puranam. It is a pure literature and it is very, very dear to Vaishnavas. So what is there in this literature? In this literature, Paramam Jnanam. In this literature, we have supreme knowledge, for which all these devotees are hankering, and this is the goal of the devotees, Paramagati. The goal of the devotees is to understand the supreme knowledge, that is Krishna, and we can achieve the supreme knowledge by chanting Srimad Bhagavatam, Giyate, by sung Srimad Bhagavatam. And what will happen? How this happens? Tatra Jnana Vairagya Bhakti Sahitam Naishkarmyam Avishkrutam. By chanting Srimad Bhagavatam, what will happen? You will become Jnana, Vairagya, Bhakti Sahitam, as well as Naishkaryam Avishkrutam. It will be revealed to you. So, this transcendental knowledge is not the knowledge which you can acquire by our scholarships. By continuously this scholar, that scholar, but scholarship, it will not come to you by scholarship. It will be revealed to you by Krishna or his representative authorities, his devotees. It will be revealed. So what will happen? Jnana, Vairagya, Bhakti. This is very important. You will get knowledge, and that knowledge leads to Vasudeve Bhagavati Bhakti Yoga Prayojitaha Janesu Asu Vairagyam. Jnanam. Jnana, Vairagya, it will come with your bhakti, and that leads to Naishkarmyam. Naishkarmyam means you will become spiritual conscious. Karma means you are in material conscious. Material conscious means always thinking about eating, sleeping, mating, defending. Always will be thinking. They are a devotee, non-devotee, always start thinking about eating, sleeping, mating, defending. Now, once you hear Srimad Bhagavatam, the conscious of yours is Avishkrutam, it is revealed. It is revealed to you. What is that revealed? All this material conscious becomes spiritual conscious. Spiritual conscious means what? Krishna conscious. How it will happen? Tat Churunvan, by hearing. Supatan, very important point is by hearing and properly chanting. Hearing means just hearing. No, not just hearing. Once you hear, you have to simultaneously implement. Otherwise, you have to realize. If you don't realize, what is the point? Just reading. It is not a blind reading. When you hear from spiritual master or authorities who are in the acharyas, parampara, then you realize it. Supatan. How you will realize? Simply just reading you will realize? No. Vicharana paraha is to start scrutinizingly analyze the point. Now we are not scrutinizingly analyzing the point. We are not really hearing properly. So you are unable to understand the importance of Srimad Bhagavatam and importance of Bhakti. So now, every one of us know Bhava Pravaha, this current of rebirth. But how many of us are serious about coming out of that? We have been hearing every day, every minute, Prabhupada is saying, this place is no samsara dava nalalida. So this place is you are sitting on the fire. But how many of us experiencing this fire? Why we are not experiencing the fire? First thing is you are not hearing properly. Second thing is you are not vichara. There is no discussion is happening. Morning getting up, some chanting, some discussion, some Bhagavatam. After that, there is no vichara. There is no analyzing the point and understanding from the spiritual master. Unless you do this, especially currently, when Prabhupada said, those days, there were no disturbances at all for us. No disturbances, very less. Even telephones was also not there. But today, you have whole world in this small gadget. Small gadget. Whole world. So, such a distracting age, such a distracting time. And imagine how much serious we should be to cross over this place. We have to be very serious. If you are not serious, again you don't get this time. A special time is going on. It's Chaitanya Mahaprabhu blessings, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu Yuga, and I have exalted Acharyas in our parampara who has brought this whole knowledge into very simplest way and gave the so many methods. So if we don't utilize, we don't be serious about our thing, then what happens? What happens? Punar Mushika Bhava. Again come back to this birth. Again same samsara. So but this samsara doesn't, actually what you are saying, what is this world? It's all actually a dream. There is no reality in this world except Krishna consciousness. Nothing, no reality. Except Krishna's name, Krishna's form, Krishna's activities, there is no reality at all in this world. Everything is a dream. And Kshana Bangar, it will go any minute. So now, there is one place where Suta Goswami explains how to read Srimad Bhagavatam. What all the qualifications we should develop, what all the requirements we have to develop to read, and why we are unable to read today. That is also explained here very nicely. This says, this verse, this is in the third canto, first canto, third chapter, 44th verse. Tatra kirtayato vipra viprasher bhuri tejasaha aham chadya gamam tatra nivistas tad anugrahat soham va shavaishyami yataditam yatamati. This is the verse. So beautiful verse. In this verse, Suta Goswami says how he heard from Sukadeva Goswami when Sukadeva Goswami was narrating Srimad Bhagavatam to Parishit Maharaj, and with what conscience he heard and how he assimilated, and he wanted to tell the same thing to the Rishis, Saunakadi Rishis. In this verse, Sukadeva Goswami says, "Oh, learned Brahmanas, When Shukadeva Goswami recited Bhagavatam there in the presence of Emperor Parikshit, I heard him with rapt attention. See, Prabhupada uses this very good words like rapt attention, and thus by his mercy I learned Srimad Bhagavatam from a great and a powerful sage. Now I shall try to make you hear and very same thing as I learned it from him and I have realized it. See, is learning means you are hearing, but there is another thing is realizing. Just hearing all, whole hearing. If you don't contemplate on what you hear, there is no use. There may be some use, like you get purified. That moment you will be like, oh, get excited. Oh, what a thing Prabhupada told. What a thing he told. You can get excited. After that, again you got into material conscious. Again rubbing the dust. Hasti snana, go away. So this continuous process should be developed or internalized into our system. So here Prabhupada is quoting in the purport. I have displayed the purport, please. We have to hear from a self-realized soul like Shukadeva Goswami, and we have Srila Prabhupada with us. So from a bogus person we cannot hear. So that is the reason we continuously in our system continuously say, don't hear from a bogus person, don't hear from any other authorities. I mean to say, other than Prabhupada sincere followers, don't hear from anybody else. So there are so many Mayavadis. You may be thinking the Mayavadis are nicely narrating, very nicely narrating. Let me get into that and hear that Mayavadi. So your conscience is destroyed by their conscience, by their faith. That faith percolates into you. That is what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says. Mayavad bhasha sunle hoy sarvanash. So your bhakti is sarvanash. Sarvanash means what is nasha? Your bhakti. Brahmande brahmite kono bhagyavan jain Guru Krishna Kripa pai. You get bhakti. That bhakti is destroyed. So don't hear from unauthorized persons. You will be hearing today. That's what I said. This is the most dangerous thing. So many things are in this. Somebody will forward. Hey, very nice. Somebody will forward. You start listening from that, and by that person's other lecture. That's all your. Especially we should not hear from a person who is engaged in sex life, sexually motivated people, and who is. What will happen if you hear? That is coming below, it will be there. So somebody interprets mundanely. One big personality. It's a big, Acharya, everybody, he wrote Bhagavad Gita and all. Everybody says he is the person. Many people follow. He is saying Krishna means black. Black means ignorance. So Krishna is ignorance. Imagine, is a famous personality. So this is interpretation. So people who doesn't know, people can see, he is a very scholar. Like Hiranyakaspu, Ravana, like that, he is a very scholar. But he cannot understand unless it is flowing through the mouth, lotus mouth of a devotee. He will not be able to understand. And not only flowing, what should be our conscience to hear that? That is also very important. If you want to hear from a spiritual master or a authority, your conscience should be submissive. Don't underestimate the process. The process is the Acharya in the system, he acts through the system. So if you are attentive and submissively here, submissively means what should be your conscious. So you should be always praying, Lord, I am struggling in the material ocean of material consciousness and unable to understand the power of this time. We are not able to see, no. Say, as I told, Samsara Dava Acharya say. Acharya is saying this, you are sitting on the fire, but we are not experiencing any fire. We are happily enjoying a jiva. So, and wasting the time frivolously. So, kindly be merciful unto me. You have to pray continuously so that I can hear and I can understand and I can repeat. So if you want to repeat also, you should be also having that qualification. You should not get in, you should not, 4 regulatory principles you should follow strictly, especially sex life. So second point, Prabhupada is saying you have to hear from a right source, bona fide source, evam parampara prapti. So you may be thinking, I am hearing from Srila Prabhupada. So you should hear continuously from Srila Prabhupada, not to hear from anybody else other than Srila Prabhupada's authorized or sincere disciples. Of course, the sincere disciples also you should hear. And you should also understand what they are saying. So here Prabhupada says rapt attention. What is rapt attention? What is rapt attention? Rapt attention means fully faithfully. Rapt attention means you trust that Srila Prabhupada is Acharya, whatever he says 100% correct and I will execute. His instructions are 100% correct. Krishna's instructions are 100% correct. I trust on Krishna's instruction. I don't have any second thought. When Krishna says you are not this body, there is no thought for me. If Prabhupada says you have to follow Krishna, there is no thought for us. Guru Mukha Padma Vakya. This is the rapt attention. Why today we don't have rapt attention? Prabhupada is saying, you are not pure in the mind. Not pure in the mind means mind is a, what is the mind? Mind is said what? Pumschali. Pumschali means what? A prostitute. That means it will not stay on single object. It will always stay on multiple objects. Every second it embraces multiple things. That our mind is, current mind is fully into material conscious. So when you are into material conscious, that means what is material conscious means you are this body. So bodily conscious. When you are in the bodily conscious, eating, meeting, sleeping, mating, in that conscious, then you cannot hear Krishna Katha. You cannot hear Krishna, Srimad Bhagavatam, rapt attention will not be there. Because your mind is not pure. So Prabhupada is saying if your mind is not pure, so simultaneously your actions are not pure. So our actions will be based on our mind. And you are always in Krishna, always in material conscious, you do materially, whatever suitable to you, you will do. And then mind is not pure, action is not pure. So this action is influenced by what you eat, with whom you meet, where do you sleep, how long you sleep, what kind of sleeping. See, eating, meeting, sleeping, defending, what kind of protection mechanism you create. Because so your dependence should be on Krishna, but currently because of your impure following, you will have these issues. Especially, why it is an impure thought? What is this impurity? So impurity is thinking you are this body, but you are not this body. You are made to think you are this body. It's a big scam. You are made to think you are a body, and that body you are acting. You are forgetting yourself, who you are. So this is impurity. And that impurity is continuously on your conscious. Continuously on your conscious. So first of all, you have to purify your eating, sleeping, defending, and mating. Mating means whom you associate. For example, if you go on associating with mobile, you go on seeing what is going on in this world, go on seeing cricket match, go on seeing politics, go on seeing news. How much ever maybe you chant, how nicely you chant, is totally useless. Because your conscience is totally into metal. It is affecting this impure. So much information is going into your mind, which is not at all Krishna Katha. That's what it's very important. What is upsetting is, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, yesterday Prabhu also quoting, Nishkinchanasya Bhagavat Bhajano Mukasya Param Param Jigamashor Bhavasagarasya Sandarshanam Vishayinam Atayoshitam cha ha hanta hanta vishabhakshanato natopi asadhu. Nishkinchanasya Bhagavat Bhajano Mukasya. So what for we are here? We are not here for playing. We are not here for just wasting time. We are here for a serious action. That is, we have to come out of this current of birth and death. Bhava Pravaha. That is the purpose we are here. So when you are here, what is obstructing you not to become that? Is Vishayinam Atayoshitam cha. That means Vishayi. Vishayi means this whole politics, these things, the whole thing, these things are Vishayi. That is leading to what? Yoshitam cha. It is leading to get indulged in the sex. And this is poison, means it is actually destroying your devotional service. It is destroying your devotional service. So who is telling it? It is not somebody is telling us. It is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is telling Sanatana Goswami. Imagine the words of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, how important. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is telling Sanatana Goswami. So it is, scriptures are there, acharyas are there, information is there, everything is there. This whose responsibility to protect the devotional service is the individual. Because individual has free will, Svecha. Lord will give free will. Lord gave free will for individual soul. So you have Svecha. If you are intelligent enough, the opportunity what we got in this material world, and utilize this opportunity properly, the facilities properly, then definitely we can easily go back to Lord. Achire na tavakam. Very soon we will see Krishna. So first thing is, we are, after becoming devotees or after becoming Krishna conscious, little, we neglect, the first thing is eating. We should only eat prasadam, nothing else. We should not eat anything else. Only prasadam which is offered to the Krishna. Through Acharya Parampara. Don't eat anything. If you eat anything, obviously that is impure. As soon as you eat anything, impurity gets into you, senses gets activated. When senses get activated, you will do some action which is not in line with Krishna conscious. Then your mind will, so what can you hear? You may be here, but you will not hear. Your mind is somewhere. Because impurity got into you. Next thing is whom you associate. Association is not physical. Association is mental, subtle association. Especially through this mobile. I mean to say, throw this mobile, don't throw this mobile physically. Don't use this mobile hours together to see something which is not Krishna conscious. See, at least in our time, at least 10 years, almost 10 to 12 years, we never saw a pepper. When we joined, after at least 10 to 12 hours, we never saw pepper. Only in our ashram, we used to have a small notice board. There, temple commander used to keep some clippings. So that news only, that's all. That too, it's actually least bothered. So you should occupy yourself in serving Srila Prabhupada and reading Srila Prabhupada books. Where is time for you to read all these things? When you are getting time to read all these things, definitely you are in danger. Greatest hanta visha. Visha bhakshano. So visha, you are drinking visha. Very dangerous. So you control your eating. Only eat prasadam. That too, whatever required you eat. Don't overeat. Even if you overeat, also not an issue. But don't eat other than prasadam. Don't say, if you are going with some advanced devotees or very senior devotees, Prabhu, they have taken, I also take. No. They have a different procedure to offer. They can offer in mind because they are pure. They can see Krishna in the mind and they can offer. But I cannot do that. I have to come to ashram. Otherwise, where is prasadam located? Only prasadam. When you read prasadam, then your attention, rapt attention. When you don't associate with material things, rapt attention. You try yourself. One day you just see only politics, only news you see. How much ever you chant. We can write and give the process, you will be always material conscious. It will immediately attract your lusty desires, you get lusty desires, or you get something rebellion and something uncomfortable, all these things comes into your mind. So, eating, sleeping, mating, defending, these four things, if you don't purify yourself, if you don't focus on this, you neglect. See, you will get negligence. Niyamagraha, that is called negligence, means niyamagraha. You will get negligence. Because I am already there, advanced, a little advanced, so I know this thing, that thing, you get negligent. Bilva Mangal Thakur, what is his state? He is in Bhava state. Don't we see his story? He fell down. Bhava state. Unless you go back to the Lord and stay with him in Vaikunta, any minute, Bhava Pravaha, any minute, any second, any fraction of second, you will be thrown out. Sahanihi tanmahachidram samoha sachavibramaha enmuhurtam kshanam vapi vasudeva nachintayet. Such a strong statements we have. If you don't think about Vasudeva, kshana, you are in a big dangerous situation. Sahanihi. So, please, these instructions, don't take it light. Take it seriously. And especially Srimad Bhagavatam, Amala Puranam, Vaishnavanam Priyam, Jnana Vairagya Bhakti Sahitam, Avishkrutam, revealed. When you hear Tat Shunvan, Supatan, Vicharana Paro, these three things if you do, hearing, okay, and repeating as it is, don't put your thing into that. Krishna means black, black means ignorance, ignorance means Krishna is ignorance. It's like A greater than B greater than C, A greater than C. It's on material calculation. Some kind of it is called some kind of foolishness. Here from Acharya, repeat the same thing. You take from Prabhupada purport, read 2, 3 lines, 4 lines, 5 lines also, no problem. It's the greatest service. Repeat same. For that you need to have a rapt attention. For rapt attention you need to have a pure mind. For pure mind you need to have a pure action. Pure action you need to have a pure eating, sleeping, mating, defending. Once you have all these things, if you especially ashram mates in devotees, they don't have to worry anything. Just go in the flow. Because for them everything is arranged. So somebody is outside, they have to really endeavor for getting all these things. If they are in temple premises, it's possible. If they are not in temple premises, they have to endeavor for this. But ashram devotees, no need to endeavor. Everything is arranged for you. Your maintenance, this kind of things are taken care by the system, by Srila Prabhupada's mercy, by Acharya's sacrifice, Acharya's mercy, Acharya's profound knowledge. Everything is arranged. Take just advantage and go back to Lord. Naishkarmyam. Become free from material conscious state. Become spiritual conscious state. Once you become spiritual conscious state, what is your state? Anandambudhi Vardhanam. Every second you are happy. Today I wanted to be happy. I am doing this thing, that thing, that thing, that thing. I think I will be happy with this. But if you do Krishna conscious, if you perfect yourself eating, mating, defending and sleeping, then definitely you become Anandambudhi Vardhana. You get into a platform where continuous happiness, Brahma Svakyam Tvarantam, unlimited happiness. We are all looking for that only. Any of us, we are looking for always happy. Always happy. For happiness you are doing this thing, that thing, that thing, that thing, that thing. So, take advantage of all these facilities given by Acharya, Srila Prabhupada, and by his mercy, by his karuna. Everything is karuna. You are sitting here and you are speaking or listening, is karuna. Because material energy is so powerful, it can drive away any time. Say, any tsunami comes up. So you must have seen once tsunami has come. When tsunami comes up, what is the question? What is the question of a house or a building and all? Whole city is collapsed. So imagine material current itself is so big. Imagine what is the pravaha of Daivi Esha, Daivi Prakriti. So we will not be able to just counteract us. We will not be able to stand also in front of that. Because you are taken up Srila Prabhupada, because Prabhupada is the powerful Acharya, because you have taken Srila Prabhupada's instruction, following Srila Prabhupada's instruction, Maya is not touching. Even Maya is touching also, Prabhupada is protecting. That is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's moment. That is Prabhupada's blessings on us. And all the things, resources are there. Let us utilize and start hearing and anxiously hear. Increase your enthusiasm to hear, because all the, especially Srimad Bhagavatam stories, the stanzas, the slokas, each sloka is very, very, very poetically written. And if you want to enjoy that poetry also you can enjoy simultaneously with all other knowledge. So please start reading Srimad Bhagavatam and Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita is initial introduction of Srimad Bhagavatam. Then you become rapt attention, here rapt attentionally reading. So then you become liberated. Naishkaryam vimuchyate. All material problems, material conscious, all these things will be removed from your achire natavakam. Very soon you can see Krishna even face to face. Actually, if somebody hears in rapt attention, Krishna, Prabhupada is saying in the purport, they can see Krishna face to face. And they can see Krishna in Srimad Bhagavatam, each and every letter, each and every letter. You can see Krishna, each and every page. So that is advantage we have, and nobody has this advantage in this universe. Very few people. See, imagine Kumaras wanted to know about Srimad Bhagavatam. They are traveling from Brahmaloka to where? Coming down to the Sankarsana. They have to they come down. It is there in Srimad Bhagavatam. When they came down and they were all wet. They came through river Ganges, because river Ganges flows all the three worlds. They came through Ganges and came. For us, that not required. You don't need to do swim. Already book is there, and acharyas, in the mobile. Use the mobile for that. Use this mobile only for reading Prabhupada books, only for seeing Prabhupada lectures, only for hearing Prabhupada's information. Okay. With this, I will close. Any questions?
Hare Krishna. Please subscribe to our channel and press the